Hey guys, Britto here, welcome back to Farming Simulator 2019 and our Rags2Riches hardcore series back here at Somerset Farm. So, just a quick update from our last episode. We did those spraying jobs and the cultivating jobs, well the one cultivating job. We went and had lunch with Mike, of course, and had a bit of a chat about the farm area around his house. He said he's always hated those trees out the front near the pig pens there. He's always hated the random, weeds and wild grass that keeps growing through there. And I said we could probably take care of it for him, but obviously it'll cost him a little bit. He said, how's 10 grand sound? 10 grand to clear the trees, to cut the grass, and then potentially, if we want to, we can collect the grass and then come through and cultivate in a new field out the front there to get rid of all that wild grass and make it into a nice grass field again like it once was when he was farming before. So I said why not. Told him we'll need obviously a mower and a trailer and a chainsaw. He spoke to his friend down here, his friend John, because he knew his friend John had an old mower and trailer sitting out the back of his house. So spoke to him. We picked up this trailer mower combo for about 2.5 grand, I think. So this trailer's more like a bale trailer, as he said to us. It's more of a bale trailer, but you can throw logs onto it and strap them down and take them down to the sawmill as needed. The mower, he said he hasn't used it for a good 6 months or so, but last time he was using it, it was cut pretty well. He serviced it only 12 months ago, put new blades on it, greased everything, oiled everything up and all that sort of stuff, so should be good to go, he said. Not sure how we're going to get it off the back of the trailer. He loaded it up with a front loader that he's got in his local shed down there across the road from his house. He uses the sheds down there near the pub area, so hopefully we can just back up to it with the tractor and maybe somehow grab a hold of it to get it off the back here. If not sure, we might have to just drag it off onto the ground and hopefully we don't damage anything. So what Mike wants is, he wants us to come through and mow all this area at the front here, cut down these 3 trees over here, not so much those ones, but just these 3 here and that one there, so 4 trees in total. Wants us to cut all this grass down. He said we can collect it if you want to. We can get a hold of a loading wagon or a baler or something nice and cheap, and then come through and cultivate the area and get a new field cut in there, get rid of all this wild grass and weeds and bushes and stuff he doesn't want anymore. So that's the plan for today's episode. Try and get in and get a little bit of this done and see how much we can get done today. We agreed to the price of 10 grand. He said he'll give us the 10 grand obviously when the job's completed. So we've had to buy this trailer and mower out of our own pocket, but we're still going to be ahead. Oh, can we get it? I thought we nearly had it then. Can we get off? Oh, just close. Right, so we've got the mower on the back. We can cut all this area down. We might do a bit of a mow through. I don't think we're going to be able to mow through all these bushes here. We're really just going to have to try and cut these down with our cultivator and stuff, but we'll see what we can do. Should be able to cut through. Cutting is semi-dry grass too, which isn't a bad thing. Right, so he wants this tree gone. He wants the next tree gone as well. So those 2, and he said the other ones should be okay. He's not too concerned, and also he wants access to obviously his slurry pit there, so going to need to take care of that. He said he's not too concerned about these bushes here, the weeds around the back here, and sort of around the back of the pig pen here. He's not too concerned about these. Maybe we can take out some of them just to give us a nice square grass field. That's all he really cares about, just to get all this random stuff back to the way it should be. Not sure what we're sort of cutting there. That sort of looks like it's potentially some hay or something left on the ground. Right, so cut all the way down here. You can see it's sort of already partially been a field in the past, but he wants it all cut down, trees removed. He wants the whole field redone. So it's been many years since he's actually attempted to harvest anything out of here, grass wise, so he wants it all cut down and potentially planted back with grass. He's not sure if he wants grass back down here or just leave it as, you know, a cultivated field ready to go, and maybe one of the other farmers will ask if they can use it, have access to this field, and he can make some money out of allowing them to use it. They pay him royalties for his land, so don't know what his deal is, whether it be, you know, 5 or 10% of sales for the crop on the field or something like that. I'm sure he's got a predetermined sort of price that he always goes with. Been doing it for quite some time, so no doubt with our friend Mike, he's all over that sort of stuff. Alright, so we're still going to go through, cut the field. It's going to take us a little while to cut with this mower, but I think what I want to do most importantly is get this little bit here done where the trees are. So we have better access to cut them down. We're not, you know, running through long grass and stuff. We also picked up a Stihl chainsaw, an old 660 chainsaw that John had laying around in the shed. He said he hasn't used it for a while, but he sorry guys, phone's ringing in the background. Actually my watch is ringing anyway. He said he had an old chainsaw sitting in the shed that he hasn't used for a while, the old Stihl 660, but he started it up in front of us and showed us that it works and everything, so more than happy to take it. That cost us, I think, was it $500 I think he charged us for that, so it's half the price of a brand new one, and it works like a brand new one, so couldn't complain at all. Certainly got a lot of friendly people around here in Somerset Farms. They're willing to help us out, take care of us and give us some good deals on things. So we're pretty lucky we've moved to such a nice area, I suppose. How are we going? Got this little bit nearly done. Cut a line straight through here. Want to get all this grass cut, then we can start to cut these trees down. I think that's the priority at the moment. It's really what Mike wants going, is these trees. Let's get them out of the way so he can sort of overlook the main road from the front of his house and see who's coming up his path through here. He does own a few of these fields up here. I think it's just this one here that we're going to plough in, and this one over here. I think field 44, 42 are the ones he owns, and maybe 41. I'm not 100% sure if he actually owns 41, but he owns the next 3 fields, I believe. Potentially the one after. He did tell me he owned a few of the fields near his house, but he didn't tell me exactly which ones, but pretty certain those 3 are the ones that he owns as well. So we have also spoke to the shop while I was down that area visiting John. I popped into the shop to see if they had a loading wagon available. They said they've got an old one that's been sitting out the back for a while that's quite rusted and hasn't been used for quite some time, but he said he'll have a look over it, get it into the shop, make sure it runs well. If he needs to service it, he'll service it, and we can potentially purchase that off him. I think he said it was only about $1,000 or so. No, he said it's fairly old, but it should do the job for little jobs like this. We also spoke to the store owner about potentially where we could sell the grass to. He said if we collect it, we could take it straight down to the BGA and sell the grass directly to them. They take the grass unfortunately the barn doesn't take grass or anything like that. They only take silage bales. They don't take any of the other bales, I don't think. He said definitely not grass, and he's pretty sure they don't take hay bales or straw bales or anything either. So unfortunately we're going to have to, if you want to sell this grass, which we can, like I said, we can do whatever we want with it. Once it's cut, we can just leave it, you know, cultivated to the ground, or if you want to collect it, we can. So I think if we can give the store a little bit of time to be able to fix that little loading wagon up, and hopefully go down and buy it off them and be able to use that. That's sort of the plan. Certainly this grass, probably not going to make a great deal of money out of it, but you know, it's more money than what we have in our pocket at the moment, so I really shouldn't complain too much. Right, so what I'm going to do is going to drop this mower off here, go and pick up our trailer and bring it down. I'm going to start cutting these trees down. Some of this area needs a little bit of landscaping too. Shame we don't have a digger to come through and, or a dozer to come through and push some of this grass out to make it a little bit smoother. We've got our cultivator there, so we can bring our cultivator in and go over his field, try and cultivate in those weeds and stuff into the ground, get rid of those, the bushes and weeds that we don't want, or that Mike doesn't want in the area. I think these 4 and that one, I think, so 5. These 5 trees are going to be quite interesting to cut down and get rid of. So let's start over with this one. Bring it our Stihl MS660. We need to cut as low as we can, like that. That'll be perfect. So hopefully we can just leave the stump in the ground, not have too much exposed. Which looks pretty good. Or timber. I need to cut the limbs off. Try and clean the branches off too. There we go. Let's move these out of the way. Hopefully we can make some decent money out of these trees too. You know, Mike said whatever money we make out of taking the trees, whatever we cut off them down to the sawmill, is just bonus for us too. He doesn't care about the trees and the money made from that. So where are we? Give us a good cut here. The chainsaw sounds a little rough, but it seems to be running really well. Not sure if that's part of this limb or not. It is. There it is. There we go. Right, we're going to have to be careful cutting these parts down in case the tree rolls like that. Knew it was going to happen. Alright, let's try and get a decent straight cut here somewhere. Tree's going to roll back the other way. Let's try and drag this out of the way. There we go. Try and cut this in half. Try and stack them reasonably neat, I guess, and all together. Drag this one out. Oh, just. So these trees have been here for quite some time, as Mike said, so they're all, you know, they're pretty much just old dead trees. But they're not heavy, they're light enough for us to be able to, you know, pick up and throw around and hopefully load onto the back of our trailer and be okay without having too many dramas. A decent chunk of the tree gone. let's cut this one in half. And again, I don't want too big. Oop, I don't want the pieces to be too big, but we don't want them too small either. Like these ones, those ones I'll probably cut in half if we didn't really need to. Let's take a cut in here as well. Let's go through and trim the excess branches off this tree. There you go. I think this one, probably cut it around about here, I think. Right, this one will cut somewhere around here. Right, we'll throw all these pieces together again. I want to keep these all separate for now because I want to put the big stumps on the bottom if we can. The bottom of the trailer, because obviously they're going to be the heaviest bit. We don't want them on the top, so while they're not overly heavy, as you can see, we can still pick them up. They're probably still going to be a little bit heavier than obviously the other bits. Alright, I need to try and get this one as far over to the left as we can, like that. And just throw a strap over it in the middle there somewhere. There we go. And then once we cut like these other ones down, we can put the bigger stumps on the bottom, or the bigger logs on the bottom, and then throw all these other bits on the end, hopefully. Might have to do a couple of trips to the sawmill. See how much we can take off the bottom here. Oh, that was close to taking us out then. Get this bit. I want to try and get him as close to the... Oh, it's hard to get a decent cut. As close to the... obviously the big part of the tree as we can. We don't want to leave little bits hanging off everywhere. Careful here, the tree might roll. There we go. Let's try and get this big one. The tree will definitely roll here, so we need to make sure we jump back. There we go. I'll give this a good cut in here. How big's that? Probably cut this one off here. Beautiful. Cut this one off here somewhere. We can get a decent cut spot. Come on. Right there. There we go. It's going to give us another decent sized log to throw on next to this other one. There we go. So that's two. Probably going to get one more on. Right, let's start to trim all this stuff off. Make sure we don't have any loose branches that we're taking down. I'll give this one a good cut here. Be easier if we actually, you know, could get like an old school wood chipper or something if someone had one of those laying around, but I did ask that to Mike if someone had like an old school wood chipper or something, but said that he hasn't seen or heard of anyone around the area having like an old wood chipper, so we're probably out of luck as far as that goes. Alright, cut this one in half as well. Even a proper, you know, grain trailer might have been a little bit better to throw all this stuff in, but fortunately we just have to use the stuff that is in the local area. No one had anything for sale that would have been suitable, I don't think, other than what we've already purchased, so it's sort of just going to have to run with what we've got at the moment. Oh, there we go. Let's chop these guys in half. I think we're going to have dramas fitting like all these trees on at once. These little bits here, I think. As long as we get the bigger stuff, the big trunks and stuff taken up, I'm not too worried about these little bits. We'll just have to either take them up completely separately or just get them out of the way somewhere. But rightio guys, what I'll do now is I'll get these other 3 cut down. We'll do it as a time lapse so you guys don't have to hang around for the whole thing. I'll get the big stumps loaded up and as much as the other bigger stuff as we can on top, and take a load down, make some sales, and then hopefully come back through and cultivate it afterwards if we get time. So if you guys enjoyed this episode, as always, smash that like button, leave a comment, let me know what you think of the series so far, and if you want to see it continue. If you guys are new to the channel and haven't subscribed yet, guys, please do so. It's been Britto, thanks for watching. See you again soon.